Okay, so let's begin. We'll bring one hand to rest on the heart and one hand to rest on the belly, and just close your eyes and take your awareness inside, tuning into the warmth of the hands on the skin and that gentle wave of the breath flowing through the body, sensing the inhale moving from the chest down to the belly, and then the exhale flowing from the belly back to the chest. Just tuning into that natural rhythm of the breath. And there's a rhythm and a constancy you can always come back to. And then releasing the hands. And we'll come up to all fours. So placing the hands under the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips. And let's just take a few cat-cow stretches here. So we're going to inhale to lift the chest and lift the hips. Really luxurious stretch through the spine, and then exhaling to round the back. And breathing with the full breath. Just continue with the rhythm of your own breath. And just making sure that you are fully emptying out your exhale. And giving that part of the stretch its full due. And then coming back to neutral spine. Pad the hands up to the top of the mat, spread the fingers wide, and then press all the way up and back into down dog. And take a softness, a little bend in the elbows and the knees, making the feet and the hands a bit heavier. So we're really working with that strong connection to the ground today and letting the head hang. And we're going to take 3 sighs here. So with an inhale through the nose, and now an exhale through the mouth. Let's do that 2 more times. Feeling any worries or cares draining out of you and back into the earth. And then raise the right leg up towards the sky. And then step the right foot in between the hands. Come into a straight leg lunge. And we're going to come all the way up. And then bring the hands to rest on the back of the waistline. So where you'll find your kidneys situated. And the adrenal glands sitting just on top of the kidneys. So that's the area we're targeting today. We're going to lengthen the tailbone down, curl forward a little bit until you feel the back of the waistline fill up, and then take a really good full breath into your hands. So bringing some prana, some blood flow into the kidney area, and then lifting the back of the heart. The back ribs lift up, arching back, come into crescent. We'll keep the back of the waistline full. Place the hands to the ground. Take a step back into plank pose. And then in plank, rolling right forward to the very tips of the toes and lowering down. You can bring the knees down first or come down for chaturanga. And then sweeping up into just a baby cobra here. Sliding the collarbones back towards the back plane of the body. And then slowly lower. And then back up again for baby cobra. And then tucking the toes, press back into down dog. Raise the left leg. Step the left foot up to the top of the mat, come all the way up. And then bring the hands again to the back of the waistline. Some warmth on the kidneys there. Lengthen the tailbone down. Fill up the back of the waist and take a big breath into your kidneys. Sending some prana, some love, some life force there. And then reaching up, coming into your crescent pose. The tailbone stays long as the roof of the mouth lifts. And then placing the hands to the ground, step the right foot forward to meet the left and fold into your forward fold. Take hold of opposite elbows and let the forearms hang to the ground, softening the muscles of the neck. And just take a breath here, allowing the whole lower body to be really receptive to the breath. And then bring the hands to rest on the hips, wing the elbows back, lift the chest, and come all the way up to standing. And we're going to sweep the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up towards the ceiling, and then arch over towards the right. So the left side of the body gets longer. I'll mirror you here, and then dial the rib cage down towards the ground so that those right ribs come down a little bit lower, and then breathe again into the kidney area, the back of the right waist, coming back to center and then arching over to the other side. And this time the right rib cage dials down towards the ground.
We're going to breathe into the right kidney. And then coming back to center. And then bring the hands into the heart. We're going to move through another flow here. So inhaling to reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhaling, look forward halfway. And then exhale, step back into plank pose, body parallel to the ground, softness in between the shoulder blades, and then lowering down. Inhaling, coming up for your back bend, so taking full cobra here, or upward facing dog. And then tucking the toes, we're going to lift up and press all the way back into down dog. So we're going to step the right foot in between the hands, spin the left heel to the ground, and then windmill all the way up. So we're both doing the right side here. I can't mirror you for this one. Taking a nice deep bend in that right knee. And then again, bring the hands to the kidneys. And just feeling the kidneys, it's really filling up, getting plump and juicy underneath your hands. And then lengthening the tailbone down to increase that fullness in the back of the waist. From the kidneys, imagine you're reaching your arms out from the kidneys, like they're wing buds, and your wings are spreading out from the back body there. And then bring the right forearm to the thigh, take the left arm alongside the ear, side angle, and you can hold on to the inner ankle here, or fingertips to the ground. Keep the back of the waist full and the tailbone long. Turn the ribcage up towards the sky. And then placing the hands, you can rest in down dog here, or come through another flow. And I'll meet you back in down dog. And then we'll step the left foot to the top of the mat, spin the back heel to the ground, windmill up. Warrior two, left side. Bring the hands to the kidneys, lengthen the tailbone, and keep that length in the lower spine and that fullness around the back. From the kidneys, open out the arms, turning to gaze over the middle finger of the left hand. And then forearm comes to the thigh. We'll take the right arm alongside the ear. Maybe holding in the inner ankle or fingertips to the ground. Really firm up the back leg. And then place the hands to the earth. Take a step back, down dog or plank. And then moving through another vinyasa here, if you've got the energy and the inclination. And then folding back into down dog. Let the head hang. Make the crown of the head heavy here. And then step the right foot up to the top of the mat and walk the hands into the middle. So we're going to turn the feet so they're parallel, toes pointing to the long side of the mat. And then fold in for Parasympathetic. And letting the eyes close here. It's a really cooling posture for any tension that might be hanging around the brow, around the eyes. Softening the eyes, smoothing the brow. Soft eyes. And then lift the chest. Bring the hands to the hips. Recruit the strength of your thighs and your glutes. And come all the way up to standing. Good. And then we're going to heel toe the feet back together. Take an inhale. Reach the arms up. Exhale to fold in. And then come down and sit onto the heels. Bring the hands into rest just in front of the breastbone there. And then take a seat. So we're going to come and sit with the legs reaching out in front for Paschimottanasana, or seated forward bend. I like to rock a little bit from side to side, sometimes sort of scoop the flesh out from underneath the thighs to get a really good broad base. And then inhaling, reach the arms up. Exhaling, just going with gravity here as you fold into your forward bend. So the hands can come down to rest on the thighs or the shins, or maybe you have hold of your feet. And again, get very receptive through the whole of the upper body now. Receiving the breath and allowing the body to be sort of buoyed up with the inhale. And then just go with that natural yielding that comes through the exhale. And the breastbone just keeps traveling forward towards the ankles. And then coming up on your inhale, all the way up to seated, and we're going to come and lie on the back. So lying on the back, you can have the arms wide out to the side. I'm going to do cactus arms here with the elbows bent and the backs of the hands on the ground, just because I have a little bit of lack of space to spread the arms out, but you do whatever feels comfortable for you. And then from here, we're going to let both knees drop down to the left and turn the head to the right. And another thing you could do here to bring more awareness to the kidneys is just slide that right hand underneath the kidney area for some extra nourishment. And breathe there, just to give a guideline for the breath and for the prana, the awareness. And then bringing the knees back to center. Let the knees drop to the right as you let the head fall towards the left. Maybe bringing a hand, just sliding the hand underneath the back of the waistline there as a guideline for the breath. Wherever there is breath, there is blood, there is life force. And then bringing the knees back to center. Tuck the knees into the chest and rock from side to side a couple of times here. And then come into Savasana. So straightening the legs out in front, have the arms resting at the sides, palms facing up. Just let the toes fall out to the sides. And let the body drop down, drawn in towards the center of the earth. Soften the gaze beneath your closed eyes. Just letting the eyes sink back a little deeper into the sockets. And allow yourself some time to breathe and rest here. So you can stay here for as long as you wish to, as long as you can. If it's time to finish up your practice today, then we're going to roll over onto one side. And come all the way up to seated. And we'll move on with the rest of the day, hopefully feeling more grounded and more steady. Have a very peaceful day. Namaste.